Dad mode. Dad mode. Dad mode. Dad mode. Dad mode.
Hey y'all, this is just to start off the video. This is day 8 or 9 of quarantine here in Maryland, and there's nothing about getting out there on the road, and I'm not going to be stopping anywhere, interacting with anyone, so pretty safe pastime if you ask me. But what this lends me is a nice open road. Don't do it, squirrel! It's a nice open road. Just kind of get a little froggier than usual. Like right here is a good jump. Yeah, kind of hit it. So this is an awesome jump right here, but it needs to be perfect. You know, there's traffic both ways, so it's really got to be perfect. And what I'm going to do at the end of this video is just do a quick walk around of this bike. I feel like I'm going to be keeping this bike for a while. So just because things have slowed down with shipping of the 790, I'm sure. So plans or not, I'm stuck with this bike. But just wanted to quickly say I hope you're all doing well. I know this whole lockdown thing's, it can be very scary in many regards. So just chins up, be all right. Hunker down, get your food, know what your family's household calorie intake is, divide that by the calories you have on hand, start planning, and all that fun stuff. Okay, so just wanted to share with you guys that you can still get out there on the road, do your thing. I get out maybe once a day just to go for a walk around the neighborhood, or get on the bike for just a little bit, practice some slow riding techniques around the neighborhood still. That's what I really wanted to get to, was how do you practice and not have diminished skills at the end of this, right? So worst case scenario, they put us on lockdown, no travel for months, and that's worst case scenario, but still, for those of us who ride all year round or race or whatever, like, how do you maintain your skill set? Well, ride slow. You've heard it all before. Learn how to ride slow first and then ride fast, and riding slow is key to riding fast. Well, practice riding slow. And here's what I mean by that. I don't mean like riding on the street slow, but in my neighborhood, what I'll do is I'll just, get on my pair of Crocs and shorts and a shirt, and maybe I'll go into my yard in the grass or just up and down the street, and I'll go less than a mile an hour, like this. And just try not to put your feet on the ground, right? It's practicing your balance and all that stuff. It's good. It's good for you. It's for your health. Also, this is me showing off a little bit, so you've been warned. But here, one sec. I'll get the second camera angle. One sec. So what I was saying is there's different ways you can ride slow in the neighborhood, such as mine. I shall show you what I mean. One of the biggest things you can do is just go around slow. When I mean slow, I mean like super slow, like standing up, practicing going super slow, using that rear brake. Super duper 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 slow. Just see how slow you can go. And if you got a dab, you got a dab. That's fine. It's all part of the process. But you can go super duper slow. And when you get to the point where you're gonna fall, just dab down, that's fine. Working that rear brake. I don't recommend the front brake too much because it puts too much disbalance on the chassis. See, right now I'm in full lock, which is also a good thing to try to do. See, I'm usually a little bit better. Of course, the camera's on. I suck, so it's all right. It's also nice if you have a patch of grass, if you really just are not good at going slow. That way you can just drop it. But let me show you what it looks like using your front brake and not the rear brake. It's a little more unwieldy. I may drop it, but who knows. Yeah, see, front brake is just all over the place. It puts too much, chassis isn't very balanced that way. To really work going slow, you wanna give it throttle, some rear brake, and a little bit of clutch. See, you can go slower with more throttle and rear brake, using the rear brake to control your movement, just so you don't stall out. See what I mean? But yeah, learning to stand up and do full lock turns, that's tricky. But But you see how my throttle's on. I'm not just like blipping the throttle or trying to compensate the bike's movement with the throttle. The throttle's the constant, so make your throttle the constant, the rear brake your control, and just kind of feather your clutch when you need to. Like right now, this is all rear brake. My rear brakes sound a little weird right now because it's probably a rock in it. But see how slow you can go? Sounds so awful. Okay, when you get really bored, here's another thing you can do. Oh my god, my bike's on the floor! Alright, so I found this spot in my yard. It may work, it may not. Who knows? Listen, like I said, I'm extremely bored. And when that happens, stupid things happen. My neighbors probably hate me right now, and that's okay. Okay, you just drop your bike. All you do, bring the bar inboard, whatever side you're on, as far as you can. Grab, and it's just a deadlift. So, deadlift, done. And I'll see if I can do this. It stands. It might fall soon. What we're gonna do here, see if I can jump this little tiny part of a tiny little hill in my yard. Okay. I doubt it. Oh yeah, I was going to do a walk around of the bike. I will do that right now, I guess. KTM 1290 Adventure R and go top down, I guess. So, bar mounts. Cyclo bar mounts. That's pretty simple stuff. Rottweiler's mount for these awesome mirrors by Aero CRG something. My goodness, I totally forgot the brand. You can get them on Rottweiler's website. Expensive, but they're super clear. Little screen protector. Not that you needed to know that. Custom decals that are coming off soon. The rack, Tusk. Stupid simple, inexpensive. $400 for the mounts here, which act as awesome crash bars, which I've used for that many times. Stock crash bars, because I think any other crash bars are way too much ridiculous. When you have crash bars that come up here, what you're doing is you're putting additional leverage on the mount points, which, believe it or not, are on the engine case. So yeah, they're on the frame here, but they mount to the case here. When you think about leverage, if you fall and you hit something up here, you put just more stress down there. Maybe it's not an issue, but I've never had to use it. I've dropped this thing dozens and dozens of times. Never once touched this part if you have good bars here. Or to here. So Black Dog Cycle Works skid plate, very robust, has the kickstand relocator to take it off the frame. Aero's ceramic coated inside and out headers, so it's catless as well, and then just a Super Duke can because they're light and expensive, and I crashed too many times to get a nice one. So works really well, has good noise. Things you can't see are the Stage 6 Rottweiler system inside here, power commander and all that good stuff in the back of the seat. Tires are Motaz. The front sucks. There's the Desert HTs. The rear is pretty good, but they are not that great on the road, but I'm okay with that. But you can see here how the kickstand is relocated to the frame, which is pretty cool. It's very rigid now, and it's off the case where it was before. You can see the Rottweiler SAS delete system, and it has little covers for the that. I powder coated this white. I forget who made it. I think maybe SW Motec. Probably wrong about that, but painted that white because I like the white on the bike. And it looks cool, and it cleans off very easy. I use a skid plate a lot, and I think that is about it. I usually have the passenger pegs off, but my wife went for a ride a while ago. I haven't taken them off. Yeah, that's it. I showed you some stuff. I showed you the bike. No, you can't say I didn't show you what it all looks like. I showed you how to pick up a bike. What else? How else was I helpful during this ridiculous quarantine? Okay, let me put my camera back in the Jeep. Gladiators are freaking awesome, but if I could ever find one that's in good shape, and I was actually just talking to my buddy Doug. He has a cool channel with lots, way more followers than I do. D&E in the Garage. He's doing this whole March Madness with Jeeps thing. I'm totally digging it because I'm totally into Jeeps. Anyway, my dream Jeep is, believe it or not, the last model Rubicon LJ, unofficial LJ, which is the long TJ. I think they stopped making that in 2006, was the last year. Yeah, I'm certain it is because JK's came out in 07. So if I ever found a low miles, great condition, and I mean like no lift either. I don't like buying Jeeps with lifts. If I ever found a Rubicon LJ, I would be in heaven. I think Doug was telling me his buddy paid like $40K for one. I don't doubt it. It's such like a legendary vehicle. They only made so many of them. I'm just cruising around my neighborhood, keeping my social distancing, and now I'm just like doing power slides, and it's so boring. I hope y'all are okay with this stupid rant. I had a whole structure and purpose for this video, but I'm so wound up. 8 days in the house, only going out for like super necessities, like just to get food, and I got stuff to make a garden. I'll show you my garden. Hold on a sec. So, in case things get super hairy, but also because I'm super bored, I just carved out a small, very small part of my yard for a garden. I'll show you. It took me a while because, you know, turning the earth and stuff. It's a small plot. We're just gonna grow easy things like carrots, peas, other stuff like that, but I'm gonna do a garden, so do a garden, stupid garden. All right, that's all I got. Bye. So bored.
Dad mode, dad mode.